Vintage 93.7 FM, Oluyole, Ibadan. It's another wonderful Sunday in October. And in case you are just joining us, your radiotherapist hosts every Sunday at 1 p.m. live on Vintage 93.7 FM, Oluyole, Ibadan. Today we are having an amazing topic, a beautiful topic that I want you to participate in. And so as much as possible, don't go anywhere. Hold your journals, right? Hold your journals. Pick your journals, pick your biros, and ensure you are part of the conversation. If you're joining us online, wherever you may be joining us from, whether you're joining us on Facebook or you're joining us on LinkedIn or you're joining us on YouTube, yes, you could ask your questions. You could drop those questions and comments in the comment sections, and we will also attend to them. And yes, today we'll be opening the studio lines for those who may want to call into the studio directly. Remember that my name is Earl, and I'm all right, your counseling psychologist and family lawyer. I would like to say and remind you that what we share on your radiotherapist is not professional advice, right? It's not professional advice. It's for education and orientation purpose, so that you just know that what we want to do is just to share with you, right? Orientation purpose, so that you can learn and get better from it. So this topic is managing family finances without conflict, right? Managing family finances without conflict. And interestingly, one of the things I have done today is to ensure that we have a businessman join us in this conversation. For those of you who have been following your radiotherapist for quite a while, you will know that this is not the first time he's ever joining us. He has been with us before on your radiotherapist, and today he would also he's already with us, and he's joining us for this conversation. I will introduce him and we will have the conversation go live and straight. But then I want you to enjoy this music. Yes, for those of you who are joining us online, you may want to share this with your friends, share this with your people, so that they learn the same things that you are learning. That's usually one of the things I would say. Remember, it is said that birds of a feather flock together. So it's usually best for you to share this with your friends, so that they can also learn what you are learning, right? Today we're talking about managing family finances without conflict, and all the drama that comes with managing such finances, right? And also how to manage it for yourself. So I'm glad that you all are joining us for this conversation. And trust me, in some minutes, we'll be into the conversation fully as our guest is ready for us. Of course, I will introduce him more properly once we are done enjoying this particular music, and then we will go into the conversation.
Should I switch on the comments? Sorry.
No, you don't leave it. I want to be haunted.
Love is a crime, I'm willing to be haunted. I got a lot of respect for you, cause your God is so bad. So it's kinda hard to imagine, cause I know you're out there. You're out there. That you love is a crime, and I want to be haunted. That you love is a crime, I'm willing to be haunted. So keep the fire.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us wherever you're joining us from. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's good to have you. It's good to see you and to know that you are right there. Okay, in case you're just joining us and you do not know, this is your radio therapist, and it's reaching you from Vintage 93.7 FM, Oluyole, Ibadan. I did say today that the topic we are discussing today is managing family finances without conflict, and we have our amazing guest today with us, who is just simply right. He has become a household name, so he has become a brand in himself. He is no other person than, let me call him Mr. Awo 360. But then I'll allow him call his full names, right? I'll allow him call his full name, but we just know him generally as Awo 360. He has been on your radiotherapist before, and one of the things he's into, Awo 360, they are into is into the production. Bango, the hand bango I'm putting on, my bets that I'm putting on, they are from our 360. So anything leather, if it is leather works, you can be sure they can get it done for you. And he's a person that we are having today, Mr. Awo 360. Good afternoon, sir.
I greet you all, and I greet you, Earl. Thank you very much for having me on your show again. I'm very appreciative, and I'm also extremely humbled to come to your show. Yes, my name is Awo, and my full name, just for those who don't know what the Awo actually stands for, is Adebayo Willie Omotunde, and that is the brand, and that is the 360 comes with a fashion label of what we do in the leather world. So that is a brief introduction. There you have it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yes, you are not in Nigeria. You are joining us on today's conversation remotely. The last time you were here physically, but now you are joining us remotely. Where are you joining us from today, sir?
I'm actually in Oman. I have some activity I'm doing here, some project work, which I need to be part of the company. So yeah, I'm in Oman right now.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for agreeing to be on your radiotherapist. Again, what we do on your radiotherapist is to see how we can help people better their mental health, better their mental wellness, and ensure that while we are doing this, we're bettering your life, we're bettering your relationship with the people around you, also your interpersonal relationship, and also better your marriage and family life. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us on today's conversation. So I want to go straight into the discussion so that we are not going to be picking your brain right now. We are going to be scooping it, right?
I'm ready. Let's go.
We'll be scooping the brains. We don't want to pick it like picking beans. We want to scoop everything. We'll carry shovel or carry bow and scoop as much as we can pack up.
No issue.
Yes. Thank you so much for being with us. The first question I would like to ask you is, as a business owner, as one who is a business owner, and you get to do business beyond even the shores of Nigeria, you get to do business in the challenging economy of Nigeria. I want to believe that you must have faced some decision-making situations where you had to calm down, relax your mind, put your brain to work, and make this decision. So I'll be asking the question from a business owner perspective, sir, right? What are some of the most common financial challenges that individuals and couples face that could also affect their mental health and affect their awareness? What are the most, from a perspective, the most common financial challenges couples face, individual face, as business owners, as human beings out there?
Okay. So thank you very much for the question. And I would also like to really uh, uh, appreciate the fact that the way you have posed the question. And actually, I need to answer this question in a very precise way so that I don't waste too much time on it. Now, I was already a businessman before I got married.
Awesome.
I had my business and it was running what I thought was running smoothly. Then, of course, I got married. And with the marriage came a challenge that I thought I knew the things, but actually my wife actually had a different dimension into how to really progress the business. So there comes my challenge. As a Nigerian, as a man, I have options to make. I either go with the arrogance and say, no, I know everything, or I really become very pragmatic and really work with her to really progress the company. Now, naturally, I chose the first option, which is no. Before you came, I was everything. I know how to do the things. Yes. I really made that mistake, and I quickly realized the mistake within about 6 to 9, or let's say 1 year of that decision.
Wow.
But working with her as in the relationship, as you said, in the marriage, I was able to discover, working with her, really humbling myself, that she was able to bring the business up to a level which I was not expecting very rapidly.
Wow.
So it matters who you are with, obviously. Not every relationship is like that, but in my experience, this is what happened. So I can go into the specific how I got to the optimal stage with her, but to summarize it, really based on since this is a common, how do I put it, a therapy discussion, is that you have to really choose your partner carefully, because it's not all about really understanding things from a, how do I put it, from an educational background only. There's a spiritual aspect to it. There's a whole union to it that can grow you or destroy you. I mean, that is my summary really on that.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that comment on that. Thank you. And so I would like to ask, how did communication, right? How were you able to deal with that particular issue? Through communication? So I'm looking at it like how does communication, effective communication, help couples, help people navigate through some of these financial difficulties? The truth about it is that in your case, you had a spouse who came on board with you. For some other people, it is their brothers, their sisters, their friends, and the rest. And if you pay attention to many Nigeria businesses that started up as partnership, over the years, of course, I'm also a lawyer, and we get to help people do a lot of startup, and they are starting it up with their spouse, or they are starting up with their family members or their friends. And over time, we come to see that these businesses do not survive. It's not that these businesses do not survive, or rather, the partner splits, so the business splits. Right? The business splits into two. Everybody's going their different ways and the rest, because they could not manage their relationship in line with also managing business. And we'll get to see it a lot also in marriages, where we have people, the conflict in their marriages, because as a couple, they cannot manage the family finances together. They cannot manage the family finances. They don't have a handle on it. They've lost the handle to that aspect of their life. So how can effective communication in this time now help couples to navigate such financial difficulties? Couples or business partners, business associates, how can effective communication help them to navigate these particular financial difficulties?
Okay, so relatively straightforward, really. The first thing actually in that situation is really understand your strength. That means everybody is gifted with a particular skill or talent. Now, don't try to be something you are not. Your wife or your partner has their skill or have their skill that they come with. Now that could be in accounting, that could be in really resourcing, that could be in something. You need to recognize that skill and leave them in that lane and mind your own lane and manage your own gift and your own potentials. Then you will come together as a strategy in using those skills to build the pillar to make that business a successful one, rather than trying to overlap everything. You dive into my area, I dive into your area, then the whole thing becomes chaotic. Nobody is agree with each other because there is ego in the way, or there is what do you call it, pride in the way. That destroys the agenda, or that destroys the objective. For example, I will give you an example of like my wife and a few other partners I have, but my wife particularly, I would say, I know what she's accounting, she's into that. I would never go into that lane. That is hard area. But I'm a strategist. I know how to grow the things, how to build the things. Then I mind that lane. But eventually we sit down and we discuss the things together. How is the accounting matching the strategy? And that way, there is a piece in the union for us to really grow the business. This is how we've been doing the things. Okay.
Wow. Thank you for that. Thank you for that and the rest. And that's because many people don't usually see how their daily decisions, their choices in partnering with people and allowing those people those people bringing their gifts, their talents, can affect the awareness of their business and also their private life. In fact, I would like to bring this question to you because I know you're someone who work out, right? Yeah, you're mid-50s, going into your 60s, and you don't use medications. You've never been admitted. You've never taken an injection. You are a fitness enthusiast. You don't eat your first meal. You don't eat your first meal until about 6 p.m. Right? Yes. You don't eat your first meal until about 6 p.m. in the day.
Correct.
And you get to work out a lot to ensure that your fitness is top notch and to ensure that your general wellness is intact. Now, I would like you to just speak a little bit on that. How does your physical wellness right now, the attention you pay to your physical wellness, how it contributes to your business, how it contributes to your family, how it contributes to your general wellness?
Okay. So I was raised by a dad or my father who was a headmaster. Obviously, later on he became an a diplomat for countries representing Nigeria. Now, what I would say is this: raised by him, he taught me: you get out of bed, you make your bed. As you make your bed, as the rest of your day will be like your bed, because you are coming back to sleep in it. So the way you live it is the way you are going to dive into it when you come back later to sleep in it. You either enjoy the bed or you are not going to enjoy it at all. Now, coming directly to that question, is the fitness. The fitness is just part of the journey to set my day. Set my day to energize me mentally, spiritually, and actually in another aspect as well. Now, with that in mind, you are completely removing all those kind of idleness that goes with actually not doing anything. You sit around and think about, how am I going to make money? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do it? There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you need to step away from the problem statement and actually engage yourself in other activities that really, energizes you, gives you the sight for the day or for the week. And that you carry your partner along with you. Now, that partner can be your wife, can be your cousin, can be your whatever they are. You inspire them with those things. So in doing what I do, when you say I'm 55, actually I'm going to be 56, just so that your audience are aware of that. And I do my exercise. I wake up about 4, 5 o'clock every day, a.m. We do those things. And I do them with comfort and joy, not with pain or regret. And that is the same mentality that I carry into the business. Once you have those pillars, they run with you in every other aspect of your life that you're doing, okay? And you inspire others with that. There are people around me who work for me, with even my daughters and all that. They are all inspired by the approach they saw their dad doing, or me as a friend to my other friends, or me as a partner to my other partners. And this is what is driving the success, I can say.
Wow, 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 wow. For those who are just joining us, this is your radio therapist, and it is reaching you from Vintage 93.7 FM, Oluyole, Ibadan. Today, we have an amazing guest joining us to discuss the topic. In case you missed it, the topic is managing family finances without conflict, right? We understand I am a counseling psychologist and also a family lawyer. And interestingly, money is one of the reasons why people are always heading for divorce. Money is one of the reasons, money issues, money conflict. Not actually money is not the problem, but the conflict. They are unresolved differences. They are irreconcilable differences around money, how money is made, how money is managed, how money is deployed. It's
You
one of the
know,
reasons why people come to meet us. Yes, I can hear you
you
clearly.
know, you
It's
know,
one
you
of
know.
the,
I want to say something to that point.
yes, sir.
See, there are different options or different relationship types. Yeah,
True.
you cannot use somebody's wristwatch to run your own life. Use your own
That's right.
wristwatch. So
That's right.
there are some relationship which actually having a joint account, as an example,
Yes.
works very well for them. You cannot split
True.
this kind of couple or this kind of relationship. It works well for them.
True.
There are others where joint account is a nemesis. It would never work.
That's
But
true.
however, there's a synergy somewhere else. So no need to have a joint account, but there's synergy somewhere else. For example, let me minimize the conversation. The husband pays the rent, or the partner pays the rent, let me say that.
Mhm.
And then the wife gets the what they call it, the house, the food shopping and all these things.
Yes.
Or other things like that. Oh, the husband is buying the petrol, or even perhaps servicing the car or doing this one, and the wife does other things with the money. Look after the children. So there's that demarcation of responsibility, which is very clear.
True.
And it works,
True.
and then there is peace. Okay, now then the kids are there. You need to get them to university. There's a way to do that. Now you decide to have a joint to save up for them in university. Hardly anybody is going to argue with that. That is also a financial thing, right? I mean, this is for your child, for your children.
Yes.
So there's hardly any argument with that. But, oh, I want to go on holiday in Bangkok. I want to go to Hong Kong. I want to go. Okay, you put your money there, get on with it, enjoy your life. No problem. It's okay. And then you do your own part as well for whatever it is that you want to do that you are enjoying even before you enter that relationship, whether it's business or whatever it is. Those kind of separation, rather than trying to hard wedge everything. Always saying, because we were born with different personalities, you cannot come because of relationship
True.
and invade and completely say you want to take over. That's not how it works in relationship. That whole independence, that whole separation, but still the union in Christ has to be there, but not a way that is so overbearing that the other person feels
True.
like they have lost their personality. You get my point?
Of course. I like the way you brought that in for us understanding. It's just something we usually say, and I'm so glad that you chipped that in right now, and you made it very loud and clear. The people should understand that there are different things that apply. So what applies, the financial, the money style that may apply to one marriage may not apply to another marriage. And you should not force your spouse or your partner to apply to your marriage and to your business something different from their personality, something that they are not so familiar with, and something that they are not used to, right? So now I would like to, this is a follow-up question to your contribution regarding the physical wellness thing that you take seriously, to also be able to be there for your family, to be there for your marriage, for your family, for your business, and to be able to manage what is required of you. So I would like to ask, how can an individual now get to balance their financial needs with their personal values and their lifestyle preferences? So I want to break that down so you get to understand it some more. Right now in Nigeria, petrol, or let's call it fuel, is very expensive. It has increased again.
I'm suffering from it also. I'm suffering from. I know it's not a
I'm
laughing
telling
matter,
you,
but I'm suffering from it. Yes.
it's terrible that I'm saying right now that I cannot fill my. You know what it means that you cannot fill your generator tank with 10,000 naira? I mean, with 10,000 naira, take into consideration that earlier this year the minimum wage was 30,000.
True.
The minimum wage was 30,000 naira. The minimum wage was 30,000 naira earlier this year, and right now, I cannot even say, oh, I can fill a generator, I can do this. The amount we get to spend on school runs, just taking the children to school and bringing them back and all of that, right, is crazy. Like seriously crazy. Now, these needs will always make you want to work for money. So you see people slaving themselves, want to just work for money, not concerned about their physical health, not concerned about their mental health, not concerned about how that supposed drive for money is making them lose their marriage and it's making them lose their family. So I would like to ask you, sir, what do you have to say, right? How can couples, how can individuals balance their financial needs with their personal values and also their lifestyle preferences, and balance it to ensure that their mental health and wellness is top notch?
Okay, thank you for that. So what I would say, first of all, whether the economy is tough or not, which it obviously is, as a general principle, as a rule of thumb, you need to cut your suit or your coat according to your size. So you don't look at somebody else's backyard and say, oh, well, why can't I do that? That is not your business. You focus on what works for you. Now, I will tell you, I have a principle which I have followed over the years as I was doing business, as I was doing all these things with my wife involved. And that is low investment, high returns. People think it's a lousy principle or it's a lousy business idea, but it works quite well. That means I will invest money into an initiative or into some sort of business that can give me returns. But I will not invest to the point that feeding my family becomes a problem, a challenge. So, I will have a percentage of that money which I can put aside for that work, but I know that my daughter will still go to school. I know that my wife will still be comfortable with her little things that she likes to do and all that. However, having said that, also there's an engagement with the partner. I will keep using the partner, but I'm using my wife as an example. That if you are taking an initiative to move forward as a unit, as a family, you also need to compromise certain things. Those compromise certain things needs to be discussed. What are those compromise of the certain things? Because there are certain luxury things that we try to do or we like to do as a couple or as a family, and they're difficult to how do I put it? To cancel when you are really trying to grow yourself as a business or grow an enterprise as a family. So those are hard decisions, hard calls that you need to sit with the partner and discuss those things before those challenging or radical decisions are made. But however, my golden principle that I keep saying is when you are investing, you do a low investment, high returns. They're very possible. Whether it's forex, whether it's like my own business, leather works and all these things and other things I'm doing, you will do low investment, high return. They are very achievable things. People don't believe it, but they are doable things. So that way, you don't have the conflict in the family because you are still able to sustain your family at a reasonable compromise, right? And you are still investing. So that is how it is.
In fact, thank you so much for that contribution. I remember somebody somebody commenting on LinkedIn right now. So let me go to that comment. Okay. And yes, we got a comment from one of our listeners and followers on LinkedIn, Mr. Emmanuel Oladusu, and he said he agrees 100% with the counsel that you're giving on how to balance these things and to ensure that we are doing these things right and we are doing these things where you've just given us a lot of wisdom for the last 33 minutes there about. So allow me, before I allow you to take a break and allow you also drink from your cup again, right? Yes. Before I do that, I want to ask you one question. So for those who are just joining us, remember that we are talking about how to manage money in marriage and family, in business, to reduce conflicts, to ensure that you don't have all those conflicts, you don't have all those troubles that come with you being unable to manage money. And in case you're just joining us, this is your radiotherapist. It happens every Sunday, 1 p.m. on Vintage 93.7 FM, Oluyole, Ibadan. Mr. Awo 360, he gave you the full name earlier on, but I like calling him Awo. I just like calling him Awo, right? I just like calling him, yes, I just like calling him Awo, right? 360. And that's because he's into business, and his business does a lot of leather works. He's into leather works and fashion, right? He's into leather works and fashion, where my hand bangle, the leather on my waist right now, and some other leather work, I did that from his company. And I brought him today to say, come and talk to us regarding business. Interestingly, I have another friend who is already in the studio right now, and that is Tolulope Esther Ilesomi Esther. She is a marriage and family life counseling psychologist, right? So like I promised everyone, we are looking at this from two different sides. So we are looking at it from the business side of it, right? The person who is a business person, and we are also looking at it from the person who is a counselor. So we are looking at it from the counseling side, and we are looking at it from the business side. Remember that I said that what we share here is not professional advice, so that if you need professional advice, you may want to contact these people directly. But let me go straight to Mr. Awo before I let you sip some drink, right? Okay. What role does financial literacy play in building a strong financial foundation for a family? What role does financial literacy play in building a strong financial foundation for a family? I would like you to just take time and explain that to us.
Please,
so you can take your time to explain it down, break it down, because money problem is the biggest problem right now in Nigeria. The economic issue is the biggest issue right now, and it's affecting people's mental health and wellness significantly. And on your radiotherapy today, I just wanted to help us address that, the role of financial literacy in building a strong financial foundation for a family.
Okay, let me answer that, and I'll answer that from how do I put it? From a two-coin, let's say. Now,
please, sir.
One part of it is a personal one. I grew up partly, with my mom and the stepfather. And my mom was a businesswoman, very strong businesswoman. She sells building materials and all those things. And she was very, very good at that. Now, she taught me how to manage money and how to work with money at a very young age. I got an insight into how she manages her money. But the one thing that she didn't teach me when I was with her was the way the husband, so to say, I mean, I call this my father, or was my father, he's one stepfather, he comes and clears all the money. So that literacy right there for the accounting or how to manage the finances was not there, because whilst my mom was genuinely making a lot of money from that business, and I am doing the accounting of that business with her, as the way she taught me, the management to recycle that money or to grow that money into something larger was not happening, because there's another person who is my dad, my stepdad, I call him my dad, that was not really making that happen for her. So that is the biggest mistake and the lesson that I've learned. Now, shooting forward, now I have a wife who is an accountant. I cannot pull that kind of stunt, because she knows the things. She knows what is going on. She knows when we're reaching a particular level in the business finance, what we need to spend, what we don't need to spend, what we need to manage, what we can invest reasonably, what we cannot invest, and where we have a little bit of conflict, we have to speak openly here in this forum here. Where we have a bit of conflict is, I have a reservation, she wants to go on holiday with the kid here and there. I'm saying, no, give me that money. I want to put it something else. I want to go and buy a house. I want to go and buy. So those kind of things happen, but they happen in the civil.
Yes.
They happen in a civil way. They don't happen in a kind of annoying, challenging, unplanned, unstructured way, because transparency is very important. She can see the books, I can see the books. Now, it's not about who owns what money or whatever. We are clear about our agenda, our mission. Now, sometimes we will have this small conflict about, oh, I need a break. I want to go on holiday. I'm thinking, no, I don't want to go on any holiday. I just want to invest here. This happens. And
Yes.
she will say to me, that, oh, why are you going into it? Let's put it here. Let's put it. And I'll say, no, I need to go and this kind of stuff. So those ones, I think, money. But the basic principle, the pillars of what you call the financial literacy comes with your partner. What kind of level are they at? Are they at the same level? See, you're as good as the top 5 people you hang out with. So if you are hanging out
Cannot take that away.
You're hanging out with a bunch of do-little, then you will become the do-little. But if you're hanging out with people who set you challenges, so that means they wake up in the morning and say, do you know that there is something going on here in Lagos investment? This kind of do you have 100,000? Do you have 1 million? You are as good as them, like this.
True.
Not somebody who calls you, in the morning and say, "Can you give me 5,000? Can you give me 55,000? Can you give me?" No. That is not an investment. There's nothing wrong in being generous. There's nothing wrong with generous.
Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
People you hang out with that you call a friend, you need to make sure that they are the kind of people who are lifting you up, not bringing you down.
That's true. You're very correct. You're very correct, and I'm glad that you are using the analogies that you have been using to explain these things to us, so that we can get them better and we can understand them better. Okay, for those who may want to call in, we do understand that some of you may want to call in to ask questions, right? If you want to call in, you can do that on 0704 7000 937. 0704 7000 937. Or you could call us on 0909 999 7937. 0909 999 7937. I know our backyards, right? Come to our DM to come and ask and do all of that. Don't worry. If you want to speak with our discussants today, you can do that. If you contact me privately, yes, I can share their details with you so that you talk with them. Mind you, whatsoever they will charge you at that time is their own personal matter. But if you're calling us on radio, they will attend to the matter for free, of course, because they're already here. Right? Yes. While we're having that conversation, for those who are following on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube, you could also drop your questions as comments and drop your comments in the comment section, and we will take them. We'll take them as they apply to us. Okay, I want to bring on stage, and I want to also hear the voice of our counseling psychologist, yes, our marriage and family life, right? Our counseling psychologist, right? And that is Tolu Lokpe Ilesomi Esther ITE. How are you doing, ma'am? Good.
Thanks.
Great. I'm trying to see where her echo is coming from.
Maybe I should let me mute myself.
Okay, Esther, how are you doing? Good afternoon. It's good to see you. Good to have you here today. Okay, great. So I just want to ask you the question while I'm trying to see how we can fix that echo issue because of those who are joining us, right? So I would like to ask you that question. What do you think is the place of communication generally? Is the place of communication generally with couples and their money issues?
Okay, thank you. I would say communication is very important. But not only about money. In every aspect, the key to everything. Without communication, relationship and marriage, a lot of things.
Sure.
Okay, for example, like I will tell my folks, I would say, as a man, married man, whatever you are gaining, either in business, your work, your salary, about it. Yes. Be honest about it. Let your wife be honest about it. It will save you a lot of trouble. In the sense that, okay, you are earning 50,000 naira.
Yes.
Your wife is not aware.
Yes.
She did not know.
Yes.
She did not communicate anything. as she did not know anything.
Yes.
She will bill you more than you earn. Yes, that's the fact. She will bill you more than you earn. But if she knows that, okay, this is the amount that is coming in every month,
Yes.
and she sits down with you to plan with you, this is how we are going to spend it.
True.
You will discover that you have saved yourself a lot of troubles. And as we all know, women they know how to plan and manage when it comes to money.
Well, why is it that I'm always arguing and thinking otherwise?
You can argue it, but that's the fact. That's the fact. Yes, I'll take myself for example. There was a day I called my husband. I said, "Guys, sit down. See, let me know what we are earning at the end of the month. Let me know what is coming in at the end of the month.
Yes.
It will help me so that I will know what to ask from you and what not to ask."
Yes.
For like the example I gave the other time, you are getting 50,000 naira, and this woman see a shoe, a beautiful shoe, and she wants to buy it, or a beautiful bag, she wants to buy it, and the shoe is 35,000 naira. Because she did not know the amount you are earning, she will surely want to ask you for it.
True.
So communication is very important. Sit down together, communicate, talk about it. Okay, there are some people that I know that they are in debt, but they cannot even tell their spouse. They don't know how to speak it because they feel they can handle it by themselves. But once you communicate, you will know how to fix those things up. Those are so that there won't be loopholes. People will not know what is happening, or even you yourself, you will not feel so burdened about it.
But you know that talking is not so easy for many people, right? Many people have challenges trying to see how they can talk, how they can explain things out, and the rest. Like for example, Awo, on the other hand, is a business owner, so he will definitely know how to, pitch his clients, how to present his products, how to market things, and the rest, so that people can get it and they can want to buy it. So I'm back to you, Esther, now, and I'm asking right now. Like, how do you think people can even better their communication? Because you'll say, tell your wife, tell your husband. What if they don't even know how to start the conversation or how to say it? Some people don't know how to express themselves clearly. They don't know how to break it down. You understand? Like when Awo was with us and talking, he's still with us definitely. While he was talking, he was trying to just take us step by step on how people can actually see the business part and see how their partner contributes to it. So now I want you to also guide us. What are the step by step couples can actually make to communicate this to their partners?
Okay. First thing I'll mention when it comes to communication.
Yes.
The foundation you can build communication on is honesty. Yes, honesty. You have to be honest first. And that honesty does not apply to your partner alone.
Yes.
Yourself.
Yes.
Be honest to yourself. Okay, how can I place this down, even to myself, that I will not feel hurt or harmed by it. Once you can do that for yourself, then you should be able to, I think you should be able to, communicate it to your partner in the sense that, okay, just tell yourself, today I'm going to be honest, I'm going to speak the truth. I will tell her, I will tell him whatever it is.
Yes.
And be ready to take whatever that comes with it.
Yes.
Of course, we all have different partners. Some cannot handle some things, while some can handle whatever that comes. For someone that is in relationship with a partner that does not know how to handle things,
yes,
but you know what he or she likes most, when he or she is in good mood. Yes, look for when he or she is in good mood to discuss important matters like finances.
The thing about it is that many people don't actually know that it is very important for them to learn how to talk clearly. When they are teaching us communication, they are teaching us comprehension in primary school, in secondary school. Yes. So people did not actually know that it was for their good, because if you don't master that communication, it will affect many other aspects of your life. In fact, you wanted to say something, so please kindly interject. Oh, we just lost him, and the rest he wanted to give us a contribution to that, but we just lost him. Anyway, Tolu is with us in studio, and we are so glad to have Tolu in studio. So we'll continue the conversation with Tolu. So Tolu, generally, take into consideration how many couples are unable to manage their finances right now. What further recommendations would you want to give to couples to know how they can manage their finances? Not just to couples this time, but also to individuals.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
I am want to learn also. When it comes to finance,
Yes,
we don't spend as much. We don't spend as much.
true.
Especially in the kind of situation we find ourselves, this economy state that we have.
Yes,
We just have to be wise about
true.
how and don't limit yourself. Don't
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
expand, grow.
Mm-hmm.
And today, we have discovered that technology has almost taken over everything.
Mm-hmm.
Look for things that you know that you can
Mm.
get yourself there. And then when for salary earners, for salary earners, I tell them, even though you are getting salary, get other things to do. For someone like me, I will always like to be if
Yes.
you are the salary earner.
Yes.
I have little things like no matter how small, I have a little things that maybe the profit I get there is just 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still okay.
Sure.
Because I'm doing something.
Sure.
I can use the shop something.
Sure.
Yes. So you will not be done.
Sure.
So get yourself other streams of income. Whether you're a business owner or you're a salary,
Mm.
get yourself other streams of income.
Eva, I want to interrupt you there because, of course, our time is going. Your radio therapist happens 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Sunday on Vintage 93.7 FM, Oluyole, Ibadan. And so, sorry to interrupt you there, Tolu. And that's because I want to ask you one question before the conversation goes on. Generally, right now, there's serious stress. People are stressed. And the stress is coming from the fact that they are, or how will I put it? Awo also does business in Nigeria. He is in Nigeria and the rest. So we all get to live here and we are doing all the things together. We are seeing the reality, how it is affecting our daily lives, how it is affecting our businesses, and how it is affecting everything around us. So the question I would like to ask you is, what will be your counsel? What counsel will you give to people to be able to manage their mental health in this season? What counsel we give to people to manage their mental health, to manage their awareness in this season? Mm. Mm.
Enjoy yourself.
With which money are we going to use to have fun?
With the little ones you have.
Hey, even the little one we have, you want to take it from us?
Yeah, no. It's the little one you have. You can just try. Just try. It is not every time.
Okay.
It's not every time.
Mm.
Once in a while.
Mm.
Go out with people.
Yes.
And travel.
Yes.
Explore.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be that you spend money to travel.
Of course. You don't have to spend money to travel. Do you know how much is transport now from here to Lagos, from here to Ilesha, from here to Abeokuta, from here to even from Oluyole here now to Agbowo?
I'll just go outside my house.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the natural air.
Awesome, great.
Look at the beautiful lights.
Mm-hmm.
Night.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the moving cars.
Yes.
Look at everything.
Yes.
Yes, reminisce on nature.
Mm.
Enjoy yourself. Give yourself some time.
Awesome. And what can you say? Right now, some people don't know that whatsoever is causing conflict for them in marriage is not actually based on their partner or the rest. So I would like to ask you this question. How do you think people can manage stress? What would be your counsel for people to manage stress in this season? You're welcome.
I have noticed that people are everybody.
The extension.
The extension everywhere. Going out to see this one person.
I'm telling you, serious one.
Yes. Like I said earlier,
Mhm.
when you can manage stress,
Yes.
for people that are working on this program,
Sure.
that you can get that, like, you can't take it anymore.
Yes.
You can take it. Yes. Take it. Even if it's just one thing. For me to say, why do I like this so much? I enjoy my yes. I know opportunity.
Some businesses can even give you leave. Oh.
That's what I'm saying. And it is not fair enough.
Mhm.
It is not fair enough. As a business owner,
Yes.
I know people will always be on your call for you to for this and that.
True.
But be intentional about intentionality matters. Be
Of
intentional.
course, of course.
Okay, today I'm not going to do any problem. I just want to rest. Yes, I just want to give it to yourself. So, and other things you can do to manage the stress.
Yes.
Once you notice that, okay, this thing is easy, you can also delegate. Which is, you can delegate. Delegation is, you can leave it to, you can just employ someone.
Okay.
As they advise, you can manage on the house and everything.
Sure.
If you think it's stressful, you can get it.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Of course, get a help, but you still come back with a call. It's still the same financial economic situation now.
Yeah.
Because to get a help, I'll still need money to get a help. Right? Right? So I will not get a help for free. I will still need money to get a help. And the rest. Okay, Mr. Awo is with us and he has joined us.
Right.
I want to come back to him so that Mr.
Okay.
Awo, I want to hear from you.
Thank you.
Right,
Can you
I
hear me
wanna
though?
hear
Can
from
you hear
you.
me because I dropped
Yes,
off?
we
Can you
can
hear
hear
me
you.
very well? Okay, good.
We can hear you loud and clear. Loud and
Thank
clear.
you.
We can
Thank
hear
you,
you loud
thank
and
you.
clear. So this
Thank
is
you.
what I would want to ask you, and that's also because
Yes, sir.
our time is up. We have less than 2
Okay.
minutes to go
Okay.
on your radiotherapist. I did mention that Awo is the owner of Awo 360. He's into
Yes.
fashion and leather
Yes.
works. Everything leather works. So, sir, what would be
Right.
your last counsel for us? And I want that counsel to focus on what kind of path can we as individuals and as marriages and as businesses carve out for ourselves in this season to be able to deal with all the challenges and all the problems right now, right? How can couples, how can individuals and business owners create a financial plan that supports their long-term goals and aspirations in this economic reality we are in Nigeria?
Okay. So I will put it this way. First of all, we need to understand something, and I hope you are as religious as I am. I'm a Christian. So you need to have a foundation.
We can hear you clearly.
Very good. You need to have a foundation that is based on union. That means Christ is at the center of that purpose and agenda you are driving. This is very important. It's the most important pillar in the journey you are making. That is number one. Once you accept that is there, the rest becomes secondary and easy to drive. That is now between you and your partner. I keep using the word partner, but actually I'm referring to that as your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or all those things. Now, what is then important in that union, once you have that pillar which is seated there, what is then important now is that openness between the two of you, because it is not, any decision made to do something which is either controversial or something that progresses you forward always has challenges with it. Now you need to have the spirit to fight those challenges and make them happen for you. Nothing comes easy. Nobody comes out.
We are having some challenges with having a war with.
Oh, okay. The line is gone, is it?
Challenges that we're having right now, we're unable to get those final words from Mr. Awo. I don't know if you're back. Can we hear you, sir? In just 30 seconds, sir. In just 30 seconds, can you just wrap it up, sir?
Okay, so my message to you is that, just be yourself, believe in your agenda, believe in your purpose. Don't try to copy paste or take somebody's idea and think, oh yeah, they did it, I need to do. No, you do your mission. fulfill your mission. Your mission has the growth,
Yes.
has the essence, has the direction, has the purpose, and has that ability to make you the wealth or the glory you are looking for. This is my message in the few seconds I have left. Okay.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Tolulope, what will be your final words in 30 seconds? Yes.
Whatever you go beyond, yes, and if it is possible, whatever you're doing, your need, couple as
Oh.